I'm going to have to torture you some more today. We got Kamala Harris on the screen. I mean, that right there should be enough to spook and add fear to anybody. But thank God we dodged the bullet. And, yeah. If you're wondering if she still sound drunk and cringe, she does. She really does, y'all. Y'all ready to hear this? Let's do it. I'm telling you, our whole campaign was like a drive-by, and we all just happy that we dodged the bullet. Like, really, man? Like, honestly, she emerged out of nowhere to, you know, come give a little speech. I guess she's apparently they saying that she's going for governor or something like that. Why does she keep messing with her hair? She's constantly pulling and pushing, running her fingers through it. It can't be very sanitary. We see that happen all the time. However, let's go and look at another aspect of this speech. We ain't gonna watch the whole thing. I'm not gonna torture y'all like that. That right there would just be inhumane, right? Kamala says she loves Chris Van Hollen, yeah. Jasmine Crockett, yeah. And AOC, but what all of them have in common?
Including congressional leaders like Cory Booker, Chris Van Hollen, Chris Murphy, Jasmine Crockett, Maxwell Frost, AOC, and Bernie Sanders.
Well, outside of them all being Democrats, they cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And for whatever reason, do not have America first in terms of that being a priority agenda for them. Because if that was the case, y'all wouldn't be prioritizing MS-13 gang members over them U.S. people. Y'all wouldn't be prioritizing that border being open over American safety. Y'all, you know, I'm just saying. Now, CNN just ruined Kamala's coming out party. After 100 days in office, despite 92% negative coverage from legacy media news, I thought it was about 96% last time I seen, Americans would still pick Trump over Kamala. Let me ask y'all right now. Would you pick Trump over Kamala Harris? Again? No, I'm going to ask you this question. Nah, I'll let my man Van Hall do that.
Who would be doing a better job as president? Guess who comes out on top? Within the margin of error, but comes out on top. This looks a lot like the election result, right? Trump 45%, 2 points ahead of Harris at 43%. 12% say they'd be doing about the same. But this is the key nugget here. It's not just about regretting that vote. It's literally saying who would be doing the better job right now. And Trump continues to score a higher percentage of the vote than Kamala Harris. This looks a heck of a lot like the election result. We have just seen this in poll after poll after poll.
Yep. As Gunther asked, Kamala's career in politics is over. I mean, I don't know, man. They find somewhere to slither and swivel. I would like to think it's over, but you got a great deal of people who still don't see all the corruption or all of the, just the vicious and vileness behind her intentions. I'm sorry, man. Like your salary you got a position that paying you $230,000, but you're getting paid $16 million. I'm not mad at you for getting your money. I'm just saying, make sure it's legit. Because otherwise, I'm wondering if you're stealing my money. I'm not one of them people that's like, I'm against billionaires, or millionaires, rich people. No, man, hey, do what you do. I ain't mad at somebody for being rich. I ain't no Democrat. However, if you are in a position of government and you came in with a certain salary and you getting paid a certain salary, and you get quadruple that in terms of income out of nowhere, like in 1 year, without opening no companies. I'm just saying. Now, Stephen Miller has something to say about Kamala's speech. Ooh, y'all prepare yourself.
Last night, Kamala Harris delivered her first major speech after losing the election. She attacked Trump personally, attacked the policies. Any comment from the White House on that?
Well, I think it was a great reminder to the American people of just how blessed we all are, that the leader sitting in the Oval Office today is President Donald Trump and not President Kamala Harris. It was a helpful reminder of just what a travesty and a tragedy that would have been. It would have been the end of America. And it gives me a chance to bring this whole thing home. If we continued on this road of radical regulation, choking off American energy, sending our supply chains to foreign countries, taxing our economy to death, pushing this cancerous woke ideology on our children, ending merit, ending scientific innovation, ending public safety, allowing, everyone goes to the stores these days, everything's locked up, criminals roam free, law-abiding citizens under the previous administration were punished while gangbangers were given red carpet treatment. Democrats, of course, are still giving gangbangers red carpet treatment. And then the border invasion. If those policies had continued, it would have been the end of the American Republic. And the only thing Americans want to hear from Kamala Harris is an apology for joining Joe Biden. And remember, she was the border czar. Joining Joe Biden in aiding and abetting the invasion of our country. And we're never going to stop talking about this because what they did to this country is unforgivable. It is an eternal stain on the Democrat Party. Every day we read another story. Every day we arrest another alien they let into this country who raped a child, who beat a woman within an inch of her life, who murdered a mom, who murdered a dad, who trafficked drugs into this country, who trafficked fentanyl into this country, who are responsible for dead and slaughtered Americans. And I don't know what's broken in the Washington press corps, that none of that moves them emotionally. The only thing that gets them exercised is, do we need to have more trials for terrorist supporters? Do we need to have more trials for gangbangers? Do we need to have more trials for illegal alien invaders? Even though Congress and the Constitution clearly say that you can expel invaders and illegal aliens quickly, efficiently, and properly.
Literally, we looked it up ourselves. Of course, there's two different processes. You got the one, like I said, where they are afforded a hearing, but when you're doing this whole expedited process, no, that's not required by law. But of course, I like how he just sets fire under the Democrats. You know why? Because it shows you how they misplace their priorities. Y'all want to empathize and sympathize with these terrorists and try to reason and try to defend them to any degree. But for whatever reason, when it comes to the American people, it's just brushed under the rug. It does not move you even slightly. You don't want to talk about it at all. America, we just a big hypocritical country, man. So Kenny G asks, I agree what Kamala and Sleepy Joe did to this country is criminal. Why aren't they put behind bars? Am I missing something that's preventing them and other politicians from being arrested? Seems kind of straightforward for most of them. I don't know what it is either, and I got the burps right now. Come on, get it together now. Get it together. Anywho, let's move on. I'm proud of myself, too.
San Francisco.
I stopped saying anywhom. But it's been almost a month now. Don't know if anybody else noticed that. This Kamala Harris speech is a joke. Yucking it up. Word salads, elephants. Her run for governor is a narcissistic farce. She never says a word about the problems hurting Californians. Let's let him say it.
So I'm here in San Francisco Airport, heading down to Los Angeles tonight. And I've been watching this Kamala Harris speech. She's also in San Francisco. I've been watching her speech with increasing outrage, frankly, as this tour that she's doing, getting ready to run for California governor, unfolds. And she's there in San Francisco, and she's yucking it up and being her usual ridiculous self and the nonsense word salads, and she's going on about elephants and goodness knows what. But not at any point in this entire narcissistic farce, this narcissistic farce of Kamala Harris's potential run for governor of California, has she said a single word about any of the actual issues
she don't
affecting California.
She don't care.
The crisis.
She got her mansion in Washington. She got her mansion in California. She good.
That is happening right here in California for working people and working families, directly caused by her party and her policies. The fact that we had new data out just yesterday showing that 35% of Californians cannot afford to meet their basic needs for rent, for food, for medical care. What does she even think about any of that? Nothing. She never talks about it. She has no ideas to do anything about it because, of course, she can't. Her party's policies caused it in the first place. It's all about her. And now she's out there prattling on about federal politics and Trump and whatever, while she's pretending that she can bring the change that California needs. Of course she can't. She's a ridiculous character. She was a disaster as a presidential candidate. If she ran for governor, she would be defending the disaster of Democrat rule. And instead of making these ridiculous speeches, why can't she just get on with it? Stop dilly-dallying around. Come on, Kamala, get in the race or stop going on about it. Let's have a serious policy conversation about how we end the total calamity of Democrat rule and the policies that have caused this human suffering. Let's talk about that instead of elephants.
Of course, she's not going to be centered on any of the real issues, but he just pointed out the biggest takeaway. She's all in it for herself. I mean, if you look at it, Willie Brown. But as you can see, even Californians aren't convinced, man. They all looking at you and they seeing right through the BS. Now, you stay broke, Democrats get filthy rich. Let's talk some more about this financial crap that's popping up in my timeline.
Kamala Harris's net worth before becoming vice president was just $3 million. Now, just 4 years later, it was $16 million.
Do not come.
I mean, you know, that's cool, but was it legal? Was it...
That's an increase of $4 million a year, while her salary is only $235,000. So where is all of this money coming from? She was able to buy 2 multi-million-dollar mansions, one in Washington, D.C., and another in San Francisco, California. Kamala Harris...
Hey, that's all I know. I don't know nothing else. But I do know this. If this is true, this is ridiculous. You simply can't make this up. The deceptively edited 60 Minutes interview with Kamala Harris at the heart of Trump's $20 million. I mean, what is that, $20 lawsuit? Trump's $20 lawsuit against CBS. $20 billion, something like that. It was a $1 billion lawsuit. CBS was just nominated for an Emmy for outstanding editing. I hope this is fake. I hope this is straight parody. This gotta be parody, bro. What? A Muse reported this. This got to be fake. Somebody said, do you disagree, though? It was good. It deserved it was so good it deserved this award. I mean, I got to get an editor credit to make her sound not so incompetent. CBS was nominated for an Emmy for shameless propaganda. Russia collusion hoax won a Pulitzer Prize. Really? These awards mean nothing. Even the Nobel Peace Prize is rendered meaningless these days, offered as a way to further a narrative. I can see that. Now, Caroline Levitt had something to say about Kamala.
For your time. Thank you, everyone. And just to add on the Kamala Harris point, I think I speak for everyone at the White House. We encourage Kamala Harris to continue going out and do speaking engagements. The president at 11 o'clock. See you guys later.
I know that's right. Because, I mean, what's the best campaign against her except, I mean, what's the best campaign weapon against her than her own speeches? Let her go out there and speak. I mean, she go, you know what I mean? She go do all that and honestly give us more content to laugh at. Now, this is textbook indoctrination in our schools right here. Kids in the classroom perform politically charged rap songs saying F ICE, giving a middle finger and fear-mongering about law enforcement. What is going on in our schools? Why does this, matter? She was the border czar. She was the one whom, said that she was going to unite us and do all this other. She was about joy and being unburdened by what has been. But look at this division that unburdened that has created.
The story of others. The stories of others. Intertwining like brothers. Trying to change and free from struggles.
While at the same time hoping for help under the covers, unrecognized by others.
We are all humans, no matter the race. No disgrace, we all deserve a place. And we shouldn't have to pick up our pace because a police officer isn't our face or a crazy white lady's braces with mace.
We all are not thugs, and we all deserve hugs, and some of us won't even crush bugs.
We're getting deported by ICE, and I can't understand why everyone can't suffice. We have might, so we must fight. Protest for our rights, look at the future, and set our sights. Fuck ICE. Cooked, our system is cooked. Booked, our president should read a book.
Shook, every time we see an officer, we shouldn't be shook.
Look, we shouldn't be judged on the way we look. Light shines through the darkest times, no matter the bull. They will not fold if we all uphold the stories of others, intertwining like brothers, trying to change and free from struggles. We can shine as we work together, and who knows, maybe like a phoenix, we will continue to rise.
And I would look at them kids right there and be like, you're existing in the realm in which you are fighting for right now. You're asking for everybody to be seen as equal. You know what I mean? Look at y'all came together. Y'all put something together. You know, y'all was able to hang out and get it practiced and rehearsed. And I'm pretty sure y'all seem like y'all are pretty cool friends. I'll just leave it at that for now, just because they're kids, you know. And as a kid, I expect you to be more of a socialist and have those kind of thoughts, stuff like that. But I don't like the fact that this type of indoctrination is being upheld in schools, for sure. Kamala Harris, we dodged the bullet. That's all I can say with that. Trump continues to score a higher percentage of votes than Kamala Harris, even after she's gone. So, yeah, man, either this guy absolutely, speaking of the guy who was doing the polling, he either loves numbers or Trump and his jaw, or a combination of all of them, because he be really excited to be, yeah, man, look at Trump over here winning. I wonder if he probably, is he one of the conservatives on that network? Y'all go check on somebody today. You could be saving their life.